Welcome to Around the Diamond. I'm James Gougousis, and I'm here with Drew Ziegler. Today we will talk about the review of the regular season and the best moments of it, the postseason, end of the season awards, and new rules coming in the 2023 season. So, Drew, who were the best and most disappointing teams in the regular season?
I think the best team this year was the Dodgers. They had the best record in the league, and they had a star-studded lineup. And I think the most surprising this year were the Cleveland Guardians. They have a really young core, and they still made it to the playoffs, and they have a really bright future. They also have a really good bullpen. Who do you think were the best and most disappointing teams in the regular season?
I think the best team are the Dodgers. I think they have the best lineup by far. I also think the Astros are really good. They were underrated because they were overshadowed by the Dodgers' insane lineup. Even though the Astros lineup could arguably be as good as the Astros. I think the most disappointing team this season was definitely the White Sox. They have a really good lineup, good pitching and good offense, but both of them underperformed. The pitching was just average at best, and the hitting was just awful all year. They couldn't break 500 throughout the season. Let's see what other students think were the best, most surprising, and most disappointing teams.
The best regular season team was probably the Dodgers. Astros probably a close second. And the Yankees. The Yankees were really good.
Most surprising team I say is the Mets because they had a bad season last year and a great season this year with 101 wins.
I would say the most disappointing team this year was the White Sox. They were supposed to be like a playoff team, maybe a contender, but they didn't even make the playoffs.
The regular season had many historic moments throughout the season. But my favorite one was Albert Pujols hit his 700th home run, he was only the fourth to ever do it, and it was really historic and really cool to see. What were your favorites?
I think my favorites were probably Judge hitting 62. I think that was really cool, historic. I mean, that record has been held since 1961. And I think it was really cool for someone to finally break it. Let's take a look at what other students' favorite moments were.
My favorite moment was definitely Judge's walk-off against Romano. Yeah.
Favorite moment was when the Mets came back against the Phillies down 7-1 in the top of the ninth. That was pretty cool.
I would say my favorite moment is when Judge hit home run number 62 to break the American League record. It's a historic moment.
My favorite moment would probably be Albert Pujols hitting 700. I mean, he went back-to-back home runs. Is great.
With many great individual seasons by star players, the end of the season award results could be potentially really close. But I think the AL MVP comes down to Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. Shohei won it last year with what he's doing, which is really incredible. But Aaron Judge broke the record for AL home runs, and I think that outweighs what Shohei did. So I think he should be the AL MVP. And the Cy Young this year, I think, goes to Justin Verlander. What he did was incredible because he did what he almost like in the 2011 season when he won MVP. And the Rookie of the Year, I think, is Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners. He led his team to the playoffs after not making it for 21 years as a rookie.
For the NL, I think the MVP is definitely Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, he did struggle in September, but from April to August, he was one of the best hitters in baseball outside of Aaron Judge. And he also plays Gold Glove defense at first base. I think he was by far the best player in the National League. Cy Young is definitely Sandy Alcantara. He was the most dominant pitcher. He finally put it together. He's been dominant for years, but I feel like he really elevated to that next level in dominance. And I think the Rookie of the Year is Spencer Strider. I think he was a top 10 pitcher in baseball this year. His fastball was devastating, and his slider was nasty. He was striking out everybody. Let's see what others think the award winners will be.
The NL MVP, I'd say Paul Goldschmidt. The Cy Young, probably Sandy Alcantara. And the Rookie of the Year for the NL, I don't know. Spencer Strider, maybe.
AL MVP, that's an easy one. Going Aaron Judge. Cy Young, we'll go Justin Verlander. 39 years old. He had a great season. And Rookie of the Year, I'll go Julio Rodriguez. He had a really good season for the Mariners.
For NL MVP, I'm going to say Austin Riley had an amazing year. Won Player of the Month for MLB The Show 22. So for Cy Young, Sandy Alcantara, it's a no-brainer. Best pitcher probably in baseball besides Verlander. And then for Rookie of the Year, I'd have to give it to Michael Harris. had a great season. Definitely an all-star caliber player in his rookie year, although he didn't make it. So, yeah, him.
The best regular season team was probably the Dodgers. Astros probably a close second, and the Yankees. The Yankees were really good. My favorite moment was definitely Judge's walk-off against Romano. Yeah.
AL MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year.
The AL MVP, definitely easily Aaron Judge. Easily Aaron Judge, 62 home runs. AL Cy Young is Justin Verlander from the Astros. AL Rookie of the Year was Julio Rodriguez from the Seattle Mariners.
This year's playoffs have been really entertaining so far. And the World Series is between the Phillies and the Astros. And I think the Phillies are going to take it home. They've come this far, and I think they're going to get it done versus the Astros. And the MVP prediction, the MVP I think is going to be Bryce Harper. He's leading his team, and he's getting it done at the plate. Who do you think has played the best in the postseason?
Yeah, I think Bryce Harper and Harrison Bader have been the two best players in the postseason. Harrison Bader really carried the Yankees in the ALDS and ALCS. He was the entire offense. I mean, when everybody else was struggling, that Yankees lineup, he came up clutch. I think Bryce Harper was also the best player in the postseason. He's really came up clutch. I mean, the Phillies offensively hasn't even been that great. It's really been him and Schwarber in that lineup, but he's pretty much carried them all the way to the World Series. Even though the Phillies have had a pretty good run, I think the Astros will take it. I think in 7 games, and I think Jeremy Pena will be MVP. He's been swinging a really good bat right now in the postseason. I think he'll get the MVP. With the season close to coming to an end, free agency begins right after. Superstar players like DeGrom, Judge, and Turner will all be free agents. For DeGrom and Judge, I don't think they're going to leave. I think they've been with the Mets and the Yankees for too long, and I don't think both teams are going to be willing to let him go. I think they're going to pay him what they want. And for Trey Turner, I think he's going to go to the East Coast and go to the Phillies, reunite with Bryce Harper, and I think that's a really good fit. Where do you think these superstars will end up?
I agree with you. I don't think DeGrom and Judge will be able to leave. They've been on those teams their whole careers, and I don't think that's going to change now. And Trey Turner is definitely going to go to the East Coast and to a team that needs a middle infielder. Just not sure where that will be. There are a lot of new rules being implemented in the upcoming season, including the shift rule, the pitch clock, the bases limit, pickoffs, and what are your opinions on the new rules?
I think the new rules are actually really good. I like the shift. I think there were a lot of hits last year that definitely could have been hits and more. I think there'll just be more offense. I think the pickoff limit's also good. It really slows down the game a lot. And I think the game's more boring if the games go on longer. I think the bases, I think that's better. I like stolen bases. I don't like it when I prefer stolen bases than bunts. I think it's more entertaining. Now for the 2023 season, who do you think will be the best teams?
I think the best team will again be the Dodgers. They always have a great team, and they always show out in the regular season. It's just that they can get it done in the postseason. They haven't recently, other than their one World Series. Let's see what other students think about the upcoming season.
The new shift rule, I think it's good because there was a lot of ground ball hits that would have been routine in normal def, and it was a hit.
I think the pitch clock is good for the game. I think it'll speed up the game and make it more smooth to watch. So I think it's a pretty good rule.
The best teams for the upcoming year, I'd probably say either the Dodgers or the Padres. They both made the playoffs. Padres are still going strong, and both really good teams. I'd say the Giants also have a chance if they have a good free agency, or if they make some good trades. But yeah.
That's all from us today. Thank you for watching Around the Diamond with James Gougousis and Drew Ziegler.